Why do you want to hunt?
Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready for it. Whatever did this, I can kill it.
A Comanche woman who is seeking to hunt that which would hunt her discovers that her home has been invaded by a new kind of predator, one that comes from the stars and hunts only the most dangerous game. There's something out there, and it ain't no man. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Panetta, and today we will be reviewing Prey, directed by Dan Trachtenberg.
The Predator, circa 1700. Seriously, that's it. Enjoy.
You know, that actually helped this movie. Was the period piece of it.
Yeah.
Because it actually felt like the 1700s, and it felt like
It felt like a very new Predator movie.
It was really good. I'm going to start off by saying this was a very good Predator movie.
Spoiler alert.
Well, that's not a spoiler. That's an observation.
Observational alert. I agree, though. Totally agree.
And this movie calls back to a lot of the other Predator movies, especially 1 and 2. And they had my favorite line in all the movies.
Was it the Wilhelm scream?
Oh yeah, that happened. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, dude, I heard that and I was like, oh, yeah. So
this was a good one, and I think it was sold really well because the heroine is instead of hulking Arnold Schwarzenegger, we got Naru, the Comanche woman.
Yeah, out there. I'll say that right now. I had no idea these were Comanche people until I had to turn on my subtitles. Yes,
subtitles.
I was like, I actually wrote, "Thank you, subtitles, for letting me know which people these were, so I don't sound like a freaking idiot."
Yeah,
and it took Native Americans.
It took place in the 1700s.
Yeah,
and as I was like writing this, I'm like, cowboys and aliens. Where have I heard this before? Yeah, so
literally,
this movie did it better than Cowboys and Aliens, which was a total bomb, which had Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig in it.
Yeah, it might as well have been Jonah Hex.
Oh my God, that was another.
God. Yeah, it was.
And the other thing about this movie, so like now all my TVs are 4K, and I have like the really good sound system. And you've seen the theater room. We got this giant ass.
You've seen my TV too, man. I got the whole shebang set up.
Totally TV too.
Nice.
I don't know why they didn't release this one in theaters.
Yeah,
this would have looked really good in theaters.
Not only would it have looked good, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But it
didn't deserve the made-for-TV moniker.
No, and all of Netflix's movies do for sure. Not Hulu nailed this one, man.
This one came out last Friday. It's already Hulu's biggest release.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying a whole lot because there haven't really been other ones. Oh, wait, there was that one with Ben Affleck.
Oh, man.
And the snails.
There we go.
That steamy romance that made no sense.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he was like a bike killer. Literally on a bicycle. Yeah. Oh, we got to watch that one.
He's the bicyclist.
It should have been released in theaters.
Premium Rush.
It was really good. And did you see all the Predator movies?
From what I can recall, yes. Okay. But they all feel like the same movie to me.
Yeah, they're all kind of like remakes of Aliens, where a group of people go somewhere and they get picked off one by one until only one remains.
Exactly.
But hey, that's a horror movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
this didn't feel like a horror movie.
Well, a lot of people turned to pizza in it, so.
Yeah, I guess.
So I've
been desensitized watching all these movies.
Yeah, people did lose limbs, like a lot of limbs. Oh my God. Anyway, lots of limbs.
So much blood. Now that I think about it.
But this movie
it is a horror movie.
Did break a mold that hopefully I see more movies break, which is the sequels trending down. And I'm using that as like Aliens. So Alien 1 and 2. Then Alien 3, whoa. Then just go, whoa.
Yeah, typically.
And RoboCop 1. 2.
Yes. RoboCop 1. What happened?
Yeah, and Predator 2. Yeah. So then came Predators.
Yes.
No, yeah, Predators.
Yeah, Predators.
That was actually not bad.
It could have been a little
Adrian
better.
Brody on an alien planet fighting predators?
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But they also had Alien versus Predators, which were bad.
That I didn't watch.
Yeah, and I think the first Predator is actually one of the best movies ever. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper with the most awesome handshake at the beginning. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Oh, by the way, as you've seen the trailer, the Predator does wrestle a bear at some point in this movie.
Revenant style, baby.
And if you've seen the first Predator and Arnold both wrestle at the end, which means Arnold could wrestle a bear.
Dude, I wish we could see that.
Hunter Ninja Bear, Arnold wins.
We gotta get Arnold Schwarzenegger's son that looks like his doppelganger to go wrestle a freaking bear.
And the callbacks in this movie are really good.
See, I don't recall the callbacks because it's been so long since I've seen, the first Predator, and then any other Predator movie before this. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, and there are also riffs on actual predator-prey life because there was towards the beginning, there was the ants.
The ants, yes.
They're getting eaten by the mouse. Then the mouse getting eaten by the rattlesnake. Then the predator just takes it out.
Yeah, just skinning that rattlesnake.
And also there was like that sad scene where all the buffalo were skinned.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that for the first time, like, why did that happen? Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's not predator sense. He knows they're not predators.
Yeah, and apparently everybody else had the same reaction, including the predator. He's like,
He's like, that was weird.
But the crux of this movie is we follow a Naru who is looking to get I wrote it down here. She's looking to survive the Kutamina.
Yeah, I would not be able to say that word.
Yeah, I know, right? Which is the big game hunt where you hunt what hunts you to survive.
Ooh.
So in the beginning, her and her tribe and her brother is a big character. Go after this like mountain lion.
Yeah. And I'll say this right now. They were throwing me off so hard when they kept saying lion. I'm like...
They kept saying cat.
No, they said they did say lion a few times, and it threw me off because I was just like, "Where is there a lion in the Americas?" No, I know it didn't click. I was also watching this at 11 o'clock at night.
Have drunk.
I was drunk on sleep. I was so exhausted, but man, I stuck it.
Dude, I've been so tired lately.
Join the club, man. I feel like I've been in a meat grinder for the last 3 weeks.
That was another line from Predator. So you drop those 6 balls in the meat grinder.
Hey, look at that. How's that work?
Yeah. So they go hunting this cat or this lion.
Yeah.
And we find out that Naru is also a medicine woman.
Yes.
And if you've seen the Predator movies, you know their weaknesses. So she says right off the bat in the beginning, she's like, "This drug cools you, so so your blood is cold and like you heal quicker or whatever." Like
the foreshadowing is dense.
And then I just remember like Arnold in the mud. He couldn't see me.
I was part of the mud.
Yeah, he couldn't see me.
Mud pies, everyone.
Speaking of which, there was a...
Please don't tell me you had a mud pie.
No, I didn't have a mud pie, but there was quicksand in this movie.
There was quicksand. And I was like, ooh, that's going to play something.
Which is also another 80s trope we haven't seen since that poor horse drowned in that movie.
Oh, no.
Do you remember? The never-ending story of the horse drowned, and it was like the saddest thing ever.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like I remember the boy was like, "Oh, the horse. Oh, no, my horse. Baby." I didn't think I'd go there today.
Oh, that was horrible.
They go to fight the mountain lion, and the mountain lion already kicked someone's ass, and she
just ripped someone down from the tree they were on, which looked like the tree of life from freaking
Lion King,
from the Lion King, and from Black Panther. I was just like, "Excuse me."
I remember when Black Panther.
This is not the way you go, Simba.
When Black Panther ended, the person I saw was she's like, "Did that movie remind you of Lion King or what?" Like, yep.
I know. I was like, I am very confused right now. Oh man!
Oh,
yeah. So the mountain lion rips someone off of a tree,
and it knocks out Naru, gives her a concussion.
Well, yeah. Actually, we have to say what actually happens here. So because it comes into play, like most of this stuff does, is she has a spear while she's on this branch, and the mountain lion is advancing on her, and as she falls, she sticks it with the spear just a little bit, and then knocks out and wakes up in her teepee with Mama.
Teepee for her bunghole.
No. Oh.
These butter her back too, by the way.
There we
but anyway,
go. That's been released.
Yeah. Or has it? Who knows?
My crotch.
You only have 2 of those.
God.
I kid. Anyway, so she gets knocked out. Her brother brings her back. Okay, so her brother apparently hauls her limp ass out.
Yeah.
And takes her back home, and then goes back and murders the mountain.
Yeah. He's like, this was such an inconvenience. He's like, you're getting in the way of my murder and mayhem. It's like, siblings, am I right?
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah, exactly. That was, I could not help but laugh when I saw him come back with the dead mountain lion. I'm like, what were you doing, dude?
This dude has a golf cart he doesn't tell anyone about.
It's like you trekked into the wilderness, brought your sister back, and then went right back out to take this thing out just to come right back.
He ran into Marty McFly, who appeared somewhere in the time machine.
He's like, Marty.
Oh, by the way, we'll talk about Alan Silvestri. That's a big one.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, I missed him so bad. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Anyway, so she doesn't kill the mountain lion. Yeah. So she's all sad, and then they have like the whole the
war chief anointment.
Yeah, and then he's got like the tail as a staff, and like they put his blood on his face. Like then first he's like, it was a team effort, and she's like, no, it wasn't. He's like, fine, it wasn't. And while this is happening, the predator lands, and she saw the predator land in the beginning.
Yes,
and he's out just killing like coyotes.
Yeah, because he doesn't know there are humans on this planet.
Okay, so
we assume anyway.
That's actually another callback to the original Predator. Yeah. If you saw the original one, he actually had a bunch of critter skulls on his costume.
That was a great nod.
So you see this one, he's actually hunting like critters first before he hunts people.
Like not just little critters, like things that could kill you.
Yeah,
like
right.
He
cheated on that coyote. He did that coyote dirty.
He de-spined it.
I know. Well, he does that to people too.
Then, yeah, that's true. But then he put this crazy acid stuff that wears away its like all of its bone and fur,
soft tissue.
Yeah, soft tissue, and then just hooks it onto his belt, and the camera zooms in on it, and I couldn't help but go, "This is important."
Yeah, he's gonna keep doing that. That's pretty awesome. But anyway, so she knows that something is out there because she saw the predator land, but she doesn't know what it was. So she wants to hunt like whatever is out there, whatever scared the mountain lion. She saw it. And she practices her scorpion axe moves.
Yeah. Get over here!
Come here!
Where's that button? No, it's the wrong button.
It's actually a labeled one too.
Oh, there we go.
Fatality.
That's what she was looking for.
Come here! And she gets called. Okay, first she fights. First she starts hunting a bear, and she's got a pet dog who's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny how the dog like nopes at some point too.
Yeah, it's like he just dips out of somewhere. We're like, he's gone.
Yeah, he's like, nope. Well, he doesn't die, but
no, thank goodness.
He's just like, peace out. Poor Checkers, I forgot his name. And but then she fights the bear. The bear chases her. Then Predator like wrestles this bear. Dude, he comes out of nowhere, has like a whole wrestling match, and then he does the thing where like once he kills the bear, he puts it over. He punches the bear.
Yeah, he punched the bear, knocked it out,
like
dead.
Like Iron Man punches a man in a bar fight.
Yeah, seriously, like he broke this thing's face.
And then he does the thing where he lifts over his head and blood pours on him, and then his cloaking device, he's invisible at this point, shows you the outline of him. So she knows he's out there.
She saw it, yeah. So she dives into the little water to get away.
And all through this is happening. All of her brother's friends or all the other like male natives are like giving her like a hard time. Like, we need you to cook, like not to hunt for us.
It's like,
and then they knock her out and they like start carrying her away.
Mind you, she put up a great fight. She punched one of the guys in the face, kneed him in the face, and took him down and choked him and bit him. It was great.
Yeah.
And then he had to.
Okay, so this scene here was actually pretty freaking awesome because like. At some point I actually watched it again with my dad. He was like, a bunch of like Indians fighting like Predator doesn't seem fair to me. And he's like, oh, just you wait.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I made that. I said that out loud to myself. I was like, you know what this feels like? It feels like the Na'vi people of the movie Avatar shooting arrows at the giant American industrial complex.
Okay, so in the original Predator, he had the laser pointer, which is like the 3 dots, and he shoots in the middle. This one had the three dots. But then they like separated. And it was like, oh my God, something new is happening.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And then I'm like, are those homing arrows?
I didn't know they were arrows until like, I'm like, oh my God, he's using arrows.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. And then real quick, I was like, I don't know where I read this or if I made this up and I had a drunken sleepy stupor from watching all these movies.
Yeah, right. So many movies.
Yeah, I could have sworn that the Predator, somewhere I heard this. Take this with a grain of salt, but they adapt their skill set to those that are around them so that it is a fair fight. Typically,
there's a lot of things to that. So I can imagine them
because they're warrior people.
Yeah, them doing that, and the Predator, which is the worst one.
Yeah,
they said they even like alter their DNA, so that's where they look different.
I remember this one. I'm seeing flashbacks of the movie, going, "Oh, this is horrible."
So they even have like human DNA, in them sometimes.
It still glows green.
Yeah, their blood still goes green. It's like my brain analyzed what you said later on and like blood goes green. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's like whoa.
I feel like Jim Carrey just like guided me and like. So they do adapt. They do change things. They don't. They don't kill if you're not armed. They do hunt for sport. They are sore losers.
Very sore.
Yeah.
Prideful bastards.
I know, right? So these predators. This one predator kills pretty much all these guys who came to get Naru.
Man.
And he just turns all these people into pizza and like cuts them into pizza. And the arrows are freaking awesome. They cut and they like go into you. It's like,
they kind of remind me of the what is that from I was gonna say from Star-Lord, from Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his face? Whistling whistle. Yeah,
yeah,
that was pretty good. It was pretty good.
You had a name for it. Everyone was afraid of that thing. Yeah. Is there only one, or can you just go like the store and buy another one?
Yeah, I don't know. Does he make it? I don't know.
Yeah, they have that fin to make it work.
He has to make it the same way they made Stormbreaker.
Forged in the dying star by a dwarf who's
a giant
30 feet tall.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. So he kills all those people. One of them, by the way,
Wilhelm's it out of
Wilhelm's
there.
out. Poor Pete Wilhelm. He will be missed.
Yeah.
And so right before this, that's when Naru found the buffaloes that were all skinned.
Yeah.
Predator also found the buffaloes that were skinned. And as she's running away, she gets captured by French trappers.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh no, there's pirates in this movie.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on right now?
Because Johnny Depp's going to show up. Yeah. Okay. And there's also
and then the buffalo scene just made a perfect sense. I'm like, oh,
they're fur trappers.
They're trappers.
Okay.
And I was like, man, buffalo meat is delicious.
There's also a bit of a conspiracy or something going on online.
Let's hear
when
it.
I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, is that a cameo? And then I saw other people like, yeah, do you think, is that a cameo? They're like, oh my God, who's this look like to you?
Is that
Ryan Reynolds? Is Ryan Reynolds in Prey? Like, okay, so I went online. People say
he looks like Ryan Reynolds. I don't think it is though.
But he's the guy who goes, man. Of course he would say shit.
Yeah.
in
French.
In French, but it looks like him. And it's like on his face.
Yeah.
So like you can see it. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put that one as a one-off like thing. Is Ryan Reynolds in Prey?
Are you Ryan Reynolds? Come on, man.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll find out.
Back to it.
So there's Naru's caught, her brother is caught.
Yeah.
And then they meet, and this is important, Raphael Odelemi, who is the translator.
Yes.
He speaks all the languages. He speaks Comanche.
Yeah.
And he's generally cool to her, but like the Frenchies, they don't speak any English, and they're mean to her, and they want to
there's douchebags. They actually like bleed her brother. They slice him.
They slice his chest open.
Across his chest, just like, and he's like, I'm fine. I will live. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Her brother's cool. But like all the other dudes are like jerks.
Yeah, super douchebags.
So they tie them to a tree and like try to kill box the predator. And by the way, so this is the 1700s, so they have muskets.
Yeah,
they have old school flintlock muskets, which means every shot you got to like load
your cloth, your bullet, your powder.
Oh my God,
not too little, but not too much.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool scene where like the predator comes. And that's where we see a guy who may or may not be Ryan Reynolds is trying to snipe them. And he turns around because like his friend was just murdered and he gets murdered by the predator.
Yeah, they're on like a little knoll and it's a bunch of horses behind him.
Oh, yeah.
That have all of his mates on there. And they're going to go and jump the predator after they captured him with a net. And little beknownst to him, they have all been just murderized right behind him.
Yes. So I remember I saw this. I'm like, how many French trappers are there?
Yeah, there were so many, right?
Yeah, there were so many that were just murdered.
The bodies hit the floor, man.
And it was just like this. Like,
Cue the soundboard. There we go.
Fatality.
I'm sure turkey got murked in there for good measure.
Everything got messed up.
No one could turn down a turkey leg.
I do like that scene where all the trappers shoot him.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens, and it's just like, oh, and they start loading again. Whoops.
They just look at him. They're like, oh.
But he pulled out all his bag of tricks. He had the net, and he had
the net that like just goes through people to close itself.
Oh yeah, that's because they netted him.
Yes,
and he netted them back, and he messed them up into little pieces.
He's like, look at my skull mask.
So Naru and her brother escape.
Yeah,
and they go back to the camp. They run back into Raphael, who gives Naru the gun. He lost his leg.
Yeah.
But he taught her how to use it, and she kind of like helped him, but then Predator came and murdered him.
Well, she actually whipped out the medicine. So she had medicine that makes you makes your blood cold. So it's a mushroom and some other flowering plant. And shoves it in his mouth as, she doesn't say anything. She just shoves it in his mouth. He eats it. He's like, why am I getting so cold?
Yeah.
And then she observes what's happening because now the Predator actually didn't see her as a threat. Earlier, we actually forgot. She got trapped by one of the trapper's snares.
Yeah.
And he walked right up to her and was like, meh, and walked by her.
Well, he doesn't kill you if you're not armed. That's one of his rules. So I'm
not armed, not a threat.
Not a threat. And then he also can't see you if you're cold.
Yeah. So
they use heat vision.
Yeah. With the mask. The mask he's wearing allows him to have the heat vision.
Mm-hmm. But this is where the Predator,
as far as we know anyway,
also kills her brother.
Yeah.
So he gets impaled by his big spikes.
Yeah.
So that's sad. And then somehow like a scout finds,
but he doesn't die completely.
He does. Oh,
he is dying as he grabs the freaking wolf's head that he had attached to his hip earlier in the movie and uses the canines of that. Well, not the wolf, the coyote, and just gashes the freaking guy's quad out.
Dude, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, man, it was fantastic. I was like, oh, just desserts.
Predator took a lot of damage in this movie.
He got wrecked.
Yeah, and then they had the Predator healing scene, which is cool with it. Yeah, because they had that in the first one too.
He's like, ow.
Yeah, he's
like healing himself.
Sucks.
He's like, I feel too, guys. Come on, man, this sucks. Thought we were all playing a game.
Yeah, it was good. She ran off, and then like I guess a scout found out that he was dead. The brother was dead, and everyone was sad. The mom was sad. And then she decides she's going to go Arnold on this Predator.
Yeah, so she had already returned to her village and decided she's going to leave, right? Was that?
No, she just said like flat out she's going to like hunt the Predator herself.
Oh, right.
Because the scout went back to the village.
Yeah.
With the body. Yes. Of Tabu. What was the name? Tabe?
Tabe.
Okay, so she goes Arnold on him. And she also realizes, and I thought this was funny too. So apparently, and I'm going to use some colloquial terms here.
Yeah.
Predator's like mask.
Yeah.
Uses Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
And he forgot to unpair it.
Yes.
Like twice.
He did.
And that's the best way I can think of like what happened here because he kept
it stayed armed.
He kept trying to like shoot these people, but he couldn't because the Bluetooth was
of the arrows.
Yeah. He kept trying to shoot people, but he kept shooting where the
mask would point.
The mask was pointing. And
yeah.
He's like, why is this thing working?
Yeah. We mentioned homing arrows is because when he follows those 3 dots, the arrows go to those dots.
So when his mask is off,
yeah.
The arrows don't go like where they want them to go because the Bluetooth isn't disconnected.
Yes, so keep that in mind. That's very important.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, she goes full Arnold on him and she builds like all the traps and everything.
Yeah,
and
like the spiky trees because, the predators like to jump in between the trees. Mm-hmm. They're very versatile and athletic that way.
Yeah, so like, we can kind of get...
She makes the spiky tree. Remember that bog that she got stuck in, that mud pit earlier? Mm-hmm. That comes into play.
She gets Predator stuck in the quicksand.
Yeah.
Like just all kinds of like craziness. And she even did like the Arnold like, come here. But like
get closer. Get closer.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it was so good.
Oh man. And then obviously that mask went missing. So he gets right into frame to where those 3 red dots are pointing right at his head.
So yeah, he's trying to shoot her, but he forgot to unpair his Bluetooth.
Yeah. And man, they barely miss her face, by the way.
Yeah. So
they whip by.
He shoots her with the arrows, but the arrows, since they're not sync to there.
Yeah,
just sync to the mask.
He makes that Pokemon exclamation point. Zink.
Yeah, like ups. And the thing, you know, what reminded me of Green Goblin. It was like, oh, like right before he died, which is the same thing that happened too. Exactly, by the way,
I know. Whoa. Maybe a nod. Maybe.
Gotta be a nod. But anyway, he shoots himself because the mask was pointing at him and he forgot to unpair it.
Yeah.
So he dies in the quicksand.
Face down in the mud.
And Naru comes
with his head.
Now, here's the full circle. I don't know if you know what happened here, because at the end she had that gun that Raphael gave her.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward to the year 1997, I think.
Okay.
Danny Glover just fought a predator in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Forgot the character's name, Hardigan or something. And just when he thought it was all over, when he fought the predator and killed him on the predator spaceship, a group of predators decloaked. And he's like, okay, who's next?
Yeah.
You know? And the group of predators took the dead predator and slain him. And then an elder predator was just standing there. And then he pulled an old musket off of his belt and threw it to Danny Glover and said, take it. And it said, Raphael Adolomi, 17.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So
holy freaking. Oh, man.
It's a
this movie just went up a notch.
Yeah. So this whole movie explained where the gun came from, which also means that, as you may have seen in the post-credit sequences, the predators come back.
Yes, they do come back.
And I think they're already hinting towards the sequel, so... Ooh. Oh, my.
Spicy.
But you know what, though? I don't know. I almost feel like they shouldn't continue this story.
No, they shouldn't.
They should go to, like, feudal Japan.
That would be freaking sweet. Samurais and predators, baby.
Oh,
let's do it. With Wolverine, by the way. I'm just kidding. Imagine.
Crossover.
Dude, yes.
Crossover alert. I think they haven't had like X-Men versus Predator. They've been all these comic crossovers.
They need to do it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because like once I saw the gun, like the musket in that scene, I'm like, oh my god, like, this is the prequel to like what happened. Raphael Adolomi, 1715.
Yeah,
because I remember like Danny Glover looking at the thing, he's like 1715. Damn.
Yeah,
which also means like he steals the gun back at some point too.
Yeah.
But that was it. It was a good movie.
It was, man. Just like an overall enjoyable movie.
I have only one gripe, and this is why I was saying Alan Silvestri. Alan Silvestri is the composer to such great movies as Back to the Future.
Okay.
Very recently, writer of the Avengers theme, and does all the Avengers music. He also did Predator, and to me, like part of the a lot of the music was missing from this movie. There was actually in all the Predator movies except this one. So what I'm going to do is during this one, if you hear any of the music, I'm going to try to use some Alan Silvestri.
Okay.
So we can reclaim a little bit of
the nuance, so that we feel like we are in a Predator movie.
And to me, that was the only thing that I had a gripe with this. But other than that, it was a solid Predator movie.
Yeah,
solid slice of 1700s. This movie didn't need the rest of the canon to stand on its own. Like it would have been a good movie.
Yeah.
And if you watch this movie back to back with Predator, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is a great movie, and just the end of Predator 2, you'll be okay.
Just the end.
Just the end when Danny Glover fights the Predator. And he's like, okay, who's next? But I think it was really good. Unless you got any other notes.
Man, I think that's that's it.
All right. Well, I'll start off by saying I'm going to give this one an A. Prey's a solid entry into the Predator franchise and proves you can teach an old monster new tricks. Prey brings life into the pre-American era and makes it feel real, which makes this predicament even more engaging when an alien hunter is thrown into the mix.
Nice. I will also be giving this one an A. A movie that was solid at 1.5 hours. It came in strong with the action and didn't let up. I legit felt like I was watching The Revenant met Pocahontas and The Predator. How can you not like it? The kills were satisfying. You felt for the protagonist. You absolutely wanted the bad guy dead and wanted the good guy to succeed. Sometimes it's okay if a movie goes along without a twist. Just a good old-fashioned summer action flick.
Yeah, and going back to the main character, Naru, played by Amber Mid-Thunder. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like name someone to marry Thor with.
Yeah.
But anyway, she did a good job. And
for sure, man. I don't know if she has any other acting credentials or anything, but I think she did well.
Yeah, she did well, and all the other Native American actors.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, appear all to be like real Native American actors.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Which seems a really legit, really a good call out to the culture.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's authentic. So
Yeah, seriously.
so far, no one's complained about anything. But I mean, it was a good movie, and it was a good Predator.
Yeah.
It was a good Predator movie, good
Yeah.
action movie, good horror movie.
Yeah.
And
Summer movie.
and I like the fact that the main character was identifiable and not like
Yeah, not like overtly large like Natalie Portman's arms.
yeah, as bad as Natalie Portman's guns brings the guns to the gun
Guns
show.
blazing.
It was also more Ripley from Aliens and
Yeah.
less Rey from Star Wars.
Yes.
So we want less Rey, more Ripley, which means
Let's do it.
tough girl, but real.
Yes.
Not like because like I just know everything. Like
Yeah.
call it a Mary Sue. But anyway, that has been our review for Prey. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, do what you can, check out our Patreon, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, wherever we exist. I'm your host, Mark Robocop from Mr. Aopanet on Clubhouse Movies Podcast. We'll catch you next time.